It's vegan recipes with Pat and Emily.
Hi guys, thanks for stopping in. Today I'm going to be sharing my recipe for cornbread. It was actually a forks over knives recipe, but I changed some steps and added some stuff. So let's get started and you can see what I did. Step one is we are going to make a flaxseed. I have ground flax seeds in here and I'm adding some water. We want to mix this well and then set it aside. This is one of the things I changed about the recipe. There's another way that you can use flax to make an egg where you pull the seeds back out of it and use whole seeds, but this is just quicker. Now we are going to mix all of our dry ingredients. And FYI, for this recipe, I always get everything ready in advance. In here we have corn flour, wheat flour, and almond flour. We're adding baking soda, baking powder, salt, chives, and parsley. It is good to incorporate your dry ingredients together before you incorporate your wet, and then mix them together. That way everything gets fully combined. Now we are going to combine our wet ingredients. I have corn here. If you have whole corn that is from a can, you're going to need to chop it up a little bit. It's okay if you have some full pieces. If you're using like corn that you picked yourself and froze, it'd be fine just the way it is. Plant milk, maple syrup, applesauce. We've got chunky applesauce this time. It'll be just fine. I'm going to mix my flax egg before I add it. And the reason you want to do your flax egg first is because it needs 2 minutes to sit to congeal. You can see, I don't know if you can tell on the video, but it thickens up. And it goes. Mix the wet ingredients. Now we'll mix the wet and the dry ingredients together. This is a batter that you do not want to overmix. You just want to stir it until everything is wet. If you overstir this, you will end up with a dense bread that will be tougher. That looks good. Everything's wet. I recommend lining your pan with parchment paper for this. If not, spray it very well. This tends to stick. Let me smooth this out a little bit. Now I'm going to sprinkle sesame seeds on the top. I like to put a lot of sesame seeds on it. I up the sesame seeds from the recipe, and then I'm just going to give it a little tap with the back of the spatula because I want the sesame seeds to stick. If you don't do this, they will just fall off. Now this is going in the oven at 350 without the clip. I'm going to get a slice of this to eat with apple butter while it's still warm, but ideally you would remove it from the parchment paper and let it cool on a cooling rack, and then cut it once it's cooled. Thanks for stopping by. We hope to see you next week.